Hi and welcome back to the next episode of the gearbox episode, and we know the gearbox is fit in there. Yeah, I've cut some of the tunnel out, but really I need to get the thing mounted in there so I can actually drive the thing without having to use a trolley jack to support the gearbox, so I don't think that's going to work. It'd be easy, but it's not going to work. So I need to get on underneath the car and start having a look at where everything sits and go from there. So let's get on with it. Right, so it's been a few days of measuring and trying to figure out how I'm going to do this, and I'll show some stuff that I've drawn up. So this is my idea for it anyway. So what it is 50 by 50 3mm thick angle going across the bottom. That'll tie the two legs together, which we bolted through the chassis, which I'll have to drill and make some crush tubes for, which I'll come on to later on. The bit in the middle where the engine mount is 70 by 70. Yes, it's thicker. It's going to be a bit tricky to weld, but it should be fine. And what that'll do is take the engine mount and sit that on top. So with that said, I'm going to start with this. I've got to mark it up firstly to drill the hole, so I'm just going to put some very small ones in. The intention for that being is that I'll then use that to mark the chassis leg, so some of this will try and make sure that they are level and correct, because what I don't want to do is drill this and then drill the chassis leg, being a bit of a pain. I've also got to cut a section out from here for the piece that goes across, and then when all that's done, we'll then take a piece from underneath so that I can actually then get a socket in to tighten up the engine mount. So let's get cracking. So I'm back under the car again, and as you can see, the mount is all clamped up, all even, all balanced, all level. All things are good. Next up, I've got to drill these pilot holes so I can drill the chassis through the chassis, which I'm not nervous about at all, honest. Then I can drill these out to M10, but I just wanted to make sure this was all jigged up before I drilled it, because I thought if I put a couple of pilot holes in here and over here, then everything should line up and be fine. So I'm going to crack the drill out and do the chassis. Right, I thought I'd do this above ground, mainly because it's easy. So the crush tubes, these will go through the chassis leg. It is a 10mm ID tube, so an M10 bolt will go through. I'll put this, I'll drill these, this is 1.5mm, and that will go on the outside of the chassis leg on the back end, and that will act as a spreader plate and also give me an extra bit of thickness to the chassis at that end, where we're going to bolt, well, where the nut is going to go. Thought I'd film it up here because there's plenty of light. I'm dressed up today because we had some snow yesterday and it is cold, and a new problem, you can see I have condensation. Now this wasn't condensation when I came in, this was frost. That's how cold it is in here. It's even raining in my own garage. So the problem I've got now, other than it being freezing cold, well, was freezing cold, is I need to figure out where the water is coming in for it then to become condensation. I think at the bottom. I have sealed this roof, but yeah, not good. Anyway, can't do anything about that right now. So I'm going to get everything jigged up in the chassis leg. I'll show you what I've done, and then I'll turn the camera off and weld it. Mainly because I haven't got much room down there to get a camera in and do it and whatever else. It's just awkward, so it's probably easier to talk about it and then show you, and then show you again. Right, this is it for the front. It's all welded in and looking pretty good. I'll just come over to the other side, grab a torch. There we go. That's better. Yeah, so that's the plate. Just giving that a clean up with the drill where I've welded. But yeah, that's the spreader plate. I need to get in towards the top a little bit more and clean those welds up. But I'm pretty happy with how it looks. Again, on the other side, flap disc is not looking too clever, so I need to get that sorted. But yeah, I think that'll be fine. This seems strong enough. All I need to do now is bolt it back in. So I need to get some bolts and make the plate up that goes here. So that's what I'm going to do. Nip out and grab some bolts. Alright, back under the car again. Well, they're welded in. I've picked up some M10B80s, a little longer than what I need, but I'd rather cut them down than have to go back and get some more. So yeah, got the mount all ready to go. Put the rubber in, and then I've put a piece of card on because I'll use that. In fact, before I forget, take these two out. So what I can do is use this as an opportunity to not only test fit the mount in the chassis when I'm not hiding behind the jack, but also I can figure out where these two holes lie in relation to the plate that's going to go between the gearbox and the rubber mount. So what I have tried to measure it up. It's not gone the way I wanted it to. Made some mistakes, so I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. So what I'll do is get the mount in place, and what we can do using the card is first I'll mark it where these holes lie, and basically I'll just do that by rubbing on the card, and the benefit of doing that, because I have filthy hands, is that it'll mark where that is, and then I can go in with the ball peen hammer, which is there, and sort of lightly tap around this area, and that will shear the card, and then I can work out from that where they sit, which is cool. And then we can do some shaping on it so it's not just a big slab. That's easy enough. So yeah, so gearbox mount on first. This is the first time I've put this in, so I'm hoping it all lines up, because otherwise it's going to be horrendous trying to fix it. Could have picked a better position to lie in. I have not given myself much room to work. Before I forget, let's have two. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. So first off, that fits, which is brilliant, because I haven't got to redo anything. There's plenty of room on the thread, considering I've not put any washers or spring washers on, so I think by the time I've done that, it's going to be okay as it is. Fits in nicely. This fits up well. Line that up. Right, got my back to do that, it's easier. Alright, so that's approximately the centre of the gearbox. Where are my holes? There's one. There is two. And grabbing the old faithful hammer. Yeah, right. That's just a good start. Next up, I have put the exhaust manifold on last night as a quick thing. Nothing to really talk about in great detail with that. But the reason for that is so I can figure out where the exhaust is going to go in relation to the mount. There we go. That's going to rotate up, but as you can see, I need to put a notch in here. Red pen, always in red pen. Makes that a little trickier, but never mind. Not going to cut all the way into that for a minute. Yeah, so I'm going to take this. Sorry, I'm going to take this back off. I'll take this off as well, so it doesn't drop on me. This off. Make a new one of these out of metal that's obviously more supportive than cardboard, and start the notch. The notch is the bit I'm most cautious on. Might do the notch first actually, just because I can see if it moves this mount. If it moves this mount, then I'm snookered. I'll have to figure something else out, but we can do that. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Right, that's all welded. It's not fully welded, but it's tacked. And a couple of seams in there. But that exhaust has gone in at the same height it was before, and we've got space. So everything seems to be okay so far. Quite happy with that. Now, I've just got to make the upper mount, and we can call it a day. better lower the jack. I've not left any room for myself. Looks like a success. So it's in place, holding under its own weight. Everything looks good. Quite happy with it. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with it. It's never done this before, so yeah, really happy. Hope you've enjoyed it, and you know, always happy to answer any questions or get in touch. Next up, I think I'm gonna have to start filling in some of these holes that I've cut out, and I'll get on that straight away. But for now, thanks for watching. See you soon.